Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jerika Duncan in for Nora. Tonight, there are new details about the unprecedented FBI search of former President Donald Trump's Florida home. What we're learning about the investigation that's focused on his potential mishandling of what could be classified material. Sources tell CBS News that the FBI was met by Trump's attorneys along with the Secret Service. It is the first time in American history that a search warrant has been issued on a former president. And given the political implications, approval came from the very highest levels of the Department of Justice. White House officials say President Biden had no prior knowledge of the search, and current FBI Director Christopher Wray was appointed by Trump 5 years ago. CBS's Robert Costa is here in studio, but we begin tonight with CBS's Major Garrett with all the details from Palm Beach, Florida. Good evening, Major.
Jerika, good evening. A Trump lawyer who was at Mar-a-Lago yesterday told us the FBI pretty much arrived in full force with agents and personnel numbering more than 30. They brought a box truck for document removal. The search, this lawyer told us, targeted 3 rooms: the former president's bedroom, his office, and a storage room. The FBI executed a search of Mar-a-Lago former President Trump's primary residence around 10 a.m. Monday. 2 sources told CBS News investigators seized boxes and paper documents, but no electronics. The Secret Service maintains a constant presence at the former president's home and facilitated the FBI's entry. Authorities also opened Trump's safe. At least 2 of Trump's attorneys were present during the search.
That's right. Another day in paradise. This was a strange day. You probably all read about it.
The documents are believed to contain classified information. Trump and federal investigators had been in negotiations over the records, and the FBI visited Mar-a-Lago in June. Mishandling classified materials is potentially criminal. Federal law requires presidential records to be turned over to the National Archives. It is not known what documents were taken by federal authorities Monday. The Justice Department has so far declined to comment. As night fell Monday, pro-Trump protesters gathered outside Mar-a-Lago. More assembled there today. What do you think will be the practical political reaction for people who favor or support former President Trump after yesterday?
I think he will win in a landslide in 2024.
Trump was not home, but released a statement alleging that he was a victim of a politicized Justice Department. A sentiment echoed by former Vice President Mike Pence, who said the appearance of continued partisanship by the Justice Department must be addressed. Congressional Republicans rushed to Trump's defense. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy said Republicans would investigate Attorney General Merrick Garland's role in the FBI search.
What the hell are these people doing?
South Carolina Republican Lindsey Graham spoke to Trump today and called the search of Mar-a-Lago suspicious and dangerous, yet helpful to the president's political fortunes.
One thing I can tell you is that I believed he was going to run before. I'm stronger in my belief now.
Trump, eager to portray himself the victim, sent out 2 fundraising texts to supporters. Speaking of money, in a separate development, a federal appeals court ruled Democrats on the House Ways and Means Committee can obtain former President Trump's personal and business tax returns, something Trump argued unsuccessfully Congress had no legitimate right to pursue. Later tonight at his golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey, Trump will huddle over dinner with more than a dozen conservative House Republicans. Jerika?
Major Garrett for us in West Palm Beach tonight. Thank you.
Joining me now is Elie Mystal, justice correspondent for The Nation and author of Allow Me to Retort, A Black Guy's Guide to the Constitution, my personal friend, and the Lewis Black of constitutional law and politics. Elie, welcome to the show this morning. I'm going to start with this. After this bombshell release, what do you think of Trump's legal team's strategy is going to be after this affidavit's been released?
I mean, I can't believe they haven't already just started shredding everything, right? Look, Jason, my top level expert legal analysis of the affidavit is, why ain't this dude in jail? What does this man have to do to go to jail? I think one of the things that's gotten kind of missed in the media narrative for the last 24 hours is that these 15 boxes that we're focused on, that's what they already found on the man. President Sticky Fingers already stole classified documents, top secret documents. Dude had had the knock list from Mission Impossible sitting in his basement, right? We know about these because that was the probable cause for them to go search for more stuff that he wouldn't turn over. So the knock list is what he was willing after 2 years to give back. We had to go raid him to get the stuff that he wasn't willing to give back. How is this man free? So like that's the top level question. In terms of their legal defenses, Jason, people need to stop beclowning themselves by defending the president because he has no legal defenses, all right? This argument that he declassified the documents, that's stupid for many reasons, but specifically on the law, what we saw from the affidavit is that they're not even going after him for mishandling classified docs. They're going after him for illegally appropriating national defense information. That's a separate section of the Espionage Act, and they can prosecute him up to 10 years in jail simply for having national defense information that he wasn't supposed to have, that they already found in these 15 boxes. Who knows what they found from the raid this summer, right? So like legally, that's where his box is, okay? This idea that he declassified this idea that they're not that important. Remember, there is a reason why we have different levels of security clearances in this country, and Donald Trump, the F president, the failed president, has 0 national security clearances at this point. So any documents that he has is a mishandling of sensitive information.
So, Ellie, this is the thing. And thank you for saying that, because that's what I'm always struck with. I always say, hey, I'm not a lawyer, but like any of us would be in jail. If I left set with this computer right now and tried to hide it at my house, at some point they would come after me. And he's dealing with national security documents. But here's the thing. It's not just that you as a common sense person see this as a problem. And obviously Trump's lawyers are lying. There are actual members of sort of the Republican cabal that are saying this is a problem. I want to play some sound from Karl Rove. Karl Rove, Bush's brain. It's not like they didn't have their own issues with national security, and see what he has to say and get your thoughts on the other side.
You took documents that under the Presidential Records Act of 1978 should not have been taken from the White House. Please give them all back. Now, they obviously asked him a number of times, and he gave 15 boxes back. Why he continued to hold on to, almost a dozen more boxes is beyond me. I think it is up to I think it would be in the best advice to the former president to leave this to his lawyers and not to further comment on this.
This is a guy who was responsible for helping to lie to the American people to get us into a war. And he's saying, I think this is a bridge too far. Ellie, what does it mean that sort of even within sort of key Republican circles, you've got people now saying, yeah, man, I got nothing. I don't know what the legal defense is. Does that have any impact on how Trump's lawyers may be operating, or whether or not anybody wants to come forward and try and defend him legally?
Well, I think what we're seeing here is one of potentially the biggest national security breaches in American history. I mean, that's not hyperbole. We don't know what this man had. But, like, one of the things that Karl Rove, and I'm glad you played him, because, like, we know Karl Rove as, like, a professional liar. He is good at it, right? So one of the things that he's saying right there is, Trump, shut up, because you're bad at lying, because every time you open your mouth, you accidentally confess to more crimes. So what did Trump say yesterday? He said, nothing nuclear in the affidavit. But again, like I just said, the 15 boxes were the stuff that he already turned over. So now he's talking about nothing nuclear. That makes me think there was something nuclear in the boxes that they raided and got from him this month, right? So you see what I'm saying? Like the Trump, whenever he talks, he just, for him to exist is for him to be in the commission of some sort of crime. And what Karl Rove is partially saying is, shut up and let your lawyers talk for you, because every time you talk, you confess to more crime.
Yo, as one person who thought they were storming the Capitol, fighting for what Dick Stain, Pig Dick Donald Trump commanded you do, as one person who thought that they were going down there to storm the Capitol and ruin your lives, get arrested and ruin your fucking lives. Have one of you motherfuckers, have you heard from Dick Stain Donald Trump? Has he paid your lawyer bills? Has he reached out to your families? Has he sent you any commissary in jail? any one of you motherfuckers. You thought shit was sweet. You thought he gave a fuck about you. You thought you were going down there to fight on his behalf. He wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. He'd walk right past you and it wouldn't even get into his conscience. Have you heard from him? Has he sent you any money in your commissary, you dumb fucks you? Look at Jesse. Calm down, Jesse.
What we were told the FBI...
Oh, it's not. It's not. You've got Trump derangement syndrome. Calm down, Jesse. Calm down. You're going to bust through all the Botox on your face. Look at this guy freaking out. They raided his house. And they're going to keep raiding it, Jesse. Okay? Look at your face. Looks like you got a mask on. Because you're Botox to the nines. You look ridiculous. Are you a Real Housewives or a real news reporter? Shout out to the Real Housewives of everywhere. No disrespect. But you look like a real housewife of nowhere. Look at you with all that Botox in your face, Jesse. They raided his crib. Good. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. Letter from Pig Dick Donald Trump.
Stopped off with the potential targeting at the highest level. Now, here we go. The former president of the United States goes on. Hillary Clinton.
Ha, ha, ha.
And acid wash 33,000 emails.
Oh, look at Hillary Clinton.
Absolutely nothing.
She's not the former president. You are, Pig Dick.
Took antique furniture and other items from the White House. And here's the final paragraph. I stood up to America's bureaucratic corruption.
I stood up to America's bureaucratic corruption.
Truly delivered for our country.
You know they're coming to get you. That's a farewell speech. That's Nixon on top of the plane. You pig. You dog. You animal. Look at this sloppy pig. They got you, you dog. The FBI. You pig, you. You slob.
Must be exposed and stopped. I will continue to fight for the great American people.
Shut up. No one cares.
As to whether you can trust the FBI or trust the DOJ, clearly not on political matters.
This is also about respect. You have a former president of
Respect?
the United States. He's due respect.
Respect?
He has a slew of attorneys.
This pig isn't due respect. Respect? He doesn't get any respect. The pussy grabber? He doesn't get respect. You get no respect. Respect?
Explosive and dangerous stuff the Biden administration has done. And I think they're going to pay a serious price for this. And Bongino, I'll give you one final reaction.
I just want to say in closing, listen, America, they're laughing at you.
You fuck! Dan Bongino! You're going to cry! You fucking cry, baby! I'm laughing at you! You fuck you! Oh, shit! Oh, my. Listen, I was going to watch Below. On Monday nights, I watch Below Deck, okay? And full transparency, I snuck out and got myself some hard frozen yogurt. Don't tell my wife. And I come back to see that they raided Dick Stain Donald Trump's house. And I don't turn on CNN, MSNBC. When the big things go down, go to Fox News and watch Trump derangement syndrome. This guy, crying. Dan Bongino, hysterically crying. Me, I'm just laughing. Oh, it's too good. And they're talking about they need to respect the former president. You get no respect, Pig Dick Donald Trump. 0.0 respect. Oh, it's just too good, man. All I wanted to do on a Monday was watch a little Bravo, go to sleep. I go to sleep early on Mondays. I'm going to be up all night. It's too good. They raided your crib, and they're talking about, oh, well, Hunter Biden this, Hunter. Don't worry about Hunter Biden. We know Hunter Biden's a crackhead. He put it all on video. You are a former president, Pig Dick Donald Trump, and they raided your house at Mar-a-Lago. They broke in a safe, okay? It's good. It's overdue. It's long overdue. You get no respect. But guys, I implore you to watch Fox News, watch Tucker Carlson, okay? Watch Sean Hannity, watch lousy Laura Ingraham, because these people are literally freaking out on live television. It's a glorious evening in the United States of America. Oh, say, can you see? Why the Trump supporters, these Trump derangement having supporters there screaming, yelling, crying? Why are they doing this to Trump? They've never done this to a former president in the past. Why? How can they? Well, it's the FBI. You hear slob, Marjorie Taylor Greene, miserable Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has the hands of a middle linebacker and the feet of Barney Rubble, saying defund. Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to defund the FBI. Shut up. You see all these Fox News freaks. I watch them all. I watch them all. I watch more Fox News than I do CNBC, MSNBC, and my local news because, first of all, they're enjoyable. And last night, I must say, Fox News, watching Jesse Waters, Don Bongino, Sean Hannity, and Laura Ingraham, who infamously said that LeBron James should shut up and dribble, and I got suspended on Twitter because I said, Laura Ingraham, why don't you shut up and dribble these nuts? But that's a whole other story. Watching them freak out, tears in their eyes, over Pig Dick Donald Trump's house being raided by the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Why? Why did it happen? Well, let's talk about Pig Dick Donald Trump first. Pig Dick Donald Trump is not like any other president, and I'm not saying other presidents have been squeaky clean. As far as I'm concerned, the majority of them have been piles of shit as well, corrupt piles of shit. But nobody is as big a pile of shit as Dick Stain Donald Trump. And when you take a shit, have you ever been to a doctor? They ask you, is it a runny shit? Is it a museum quality shit? Dick Stain Donald Trump is a museum quality pile of shit. All right, a big pile of shit. Some people say, well, Mike Rapp, Gringo Mandingo, aka the Raging Bullshitter, aka the Sultan of Sniff. Wouldn't you say that he's a sloppy pile of shit? No. You got to give credit where credit is due. The man is a big pile of shit, because if it was sloppy, it wouldn't pile up as much as it has. But I digress. The FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Now you're saying that they're corrupt, they're this, that, and the third. The FBI, whose director, the director of the FBI, was appointed by who? I'll wait. The FBI's director, the current director of the FBI, was appointed by Dick Stain Donald Trump. Boom! The FBI director that you appointed approved your house getting raided. You know why, Dick Stain Donald Trump? Because you are that big pile of shit. Everybody who fucks with you, everybody that deals with you, eventually goes, enough. Your lawyers turn on you. Your vice president, who's a God-fearing Christian, he's never going to say what kind of piece of shit you are. But we know that Mike Pence and his wife, who he calls mother, because they think you're a big pile of shit. Your ex-lovers, ex-wives, ex-employees, people that voted for you, your ex-supporters, everybody eventually goes, this guy's too much. He's too much. He's too much of a piece of shit. Like, I knew he was a piece of shit, but he's superseding my expectations. Now, the FBI said, you have classified information, Dick Stain Donald Trump. Can we have it? They probably contacted you many times. They probably called you, probably sent you letters, and you're ignoring the FBI like you're more important, like you're bigger, like you do not have to listen to the FBI. Well, you got to listen to the FBI. Sure, you were a president of the United States, but you were unlike any other president of the United States. And I say again, the majority of them were also piles of shit. Not big, not as big pile of shit as you, Dick Stain, Donald Trump, but piles of shit in their own right. They said you have classified information. Listen, law, cases, they take a long time. I'm mixed up in some cases. They take a long time. It took a long time. But last night, August 8th, 2022, they got to your crib. And yeah, they went through your fucking safe. And they probably had to go through the plumbing. The place probably smelled like shit. Can you imagine what Dick Stain, Donald Trump's home smells like? With all the spray tan, the makeup, they probably saw wigs. You know that allegedly Dick Stain, Donald Trump has a room full of wigs, toupees. They probably saw your wigs, and they broke into your safe. And Dick Stain, Donald Trump, in his statement, he said, "Oh, they broke into my safe. What'd they find in there? Did they see wigs? Did they see spray tan makeup? Did they find that classified information?" You're a pile of shit, Dick Stain, Donald Trump. Again, other presidents have been bad, but none like you. The master. Donald Trump is the master of implications. He is great at implying what he wants to say, but not saying it. Going right up to the line and not saying it. The master of implications, just like you said on January 6th, if Mike Pence does the right thing today, if Mike Pence is strong today, what did you mean, you fuck? You don't say what you mean, you imply, and I respect it. That's a fucking great, I could benefit from having that skill. The master of implications. You, motherfucker, are the master of implications. You are also Dick Stain, Donald Trump, the greatest, the single greatest criminal mastermind in American history, hands down. Number one, because you are the master of implications. You imply it, but you never say it. I mean, you do it really fucking well, man. Anybody who says Dick Stain, Donald Trump, Pig Dick Donald Trump affectionately, is not a genius. You're being a hater. I can't stand this pig, this dog, this animal, but this guy is smart. The way he articulates himself, the master of implicating what he means, but never saying it so he doesn't get in trouble. And then when he does say it, he'll just say it was locker room talk or I was being sarcastic. This fucking guy is great. This fucking guy is great. When he said about the pussy grabbing, he said it's being sarcastic. It was locker room talk. When you said in the Oval Office press room, in the White House press room, when you said that people should... We're in a pandemic, you fucking asshole. We were in a pandemic. And you said people should put bleach in their skin and yada, 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 yada. We know. You said you were being sarcastic. You're making jokes while motherfuckers are locked up in the house, while people are dying. You're being sarcastic while people across the globe are dying. No, this guy's good. He's good. The greatest criminal in American history. And we've had some great ones. We had Suge Knight. We had many mob bosses. No disrespect to the mob. We've had drug lords. We've had Al Capone. Nobody is better than Dick Stain, Donald Trump, the master of implications. But they got you last night. And my prediction is they'll find nothing. They'll find nothing in there. And they'll call it a witch hunt, this, that, and the third. But they're going to keep coming after you. Because you're just that big a pile of shit that people don't like. This is not just political. Of course it's political. But it's not just political. Motherfuckers just don't like you. You're rude. You're mean. You're a liar. You forge. You don't pay your fucking debts. You fuck people over. You've been fucking people over for years. And now people are like, fuck you. Fuck you. We're going to come after you on some Rocky Balboa and Rocky 1 shit. 15 rounds until the fucking fight ends. And I'll be there, you slob you. Oh yeah. I'll be there, pig dick.